I knew something was wrong the moment her fingers brushed the rim of my glass. It wasn't the touch, it was the hesitation. A half-second pause. A quick glance over her shoulder. That tiny nervous breath she only took when she was lying. That was the moment I realized. My wife was hiding something from me. Again. We were at her best friend's birthday party. Surrounded by people laughing, drinking, dancing under dim lights. Music pulsed through the walls. But all I saw was her hand, my wife's hand, hovering over my drink before slipping away like nothing happened. A cold feeling crawled down the back of my neck. I didn't say anything. I didn't even blink. I just picked up the glass like normal and walked straight to the kitchen. That was the moment everything started unraveling. Before tonight there were signs, but I ignored them. I really tried to convince myself that she was loyal, that the sudden late-night work projects, the cold shoulders, the secretive texting were just stress. Marriage goes through seasons, right? But deep down I felt her slipping away from me. She used to cling to my arm at parties. Now she barely looked at me. She used to laugh at my terrible jokes. Now she rolled her eyes like I was an embarrassment she couldn't shake off. And then there was the perfume, the one I never bought her. The one that wasn't her style at all. The one I smelled on her at 2 a.m. when she sneaked into bed. Still, I swallowed every suspicion because loving someone makes you stupid. It makes you hope. It makes you blind. Tonight snapped the blindness right off me. I saw her reflection before I saw the truth. In the kitchen, I set the glass on the counter and stared at it. It looked normal, just soda with ice. But I'd seen her drop something in. Something small and white. A pill? A powder? What? I didn't know. But I knew she didn't want me sober. Footsteps approached. I turned just enough to see her reflection in the shiny microwave door. She was peeking inside the kitchen, checking if I'd drunk it. And behind her, standing too close, was Ryan, her coworker. The same coworker she always claimed was annoying and immature. The one she never wanted to talk about. The one whose name made her blush ever so slightly. The reflection told me everything. Ryan's smirk. Her nervous fingers twisting her bracelet. Their proximity, too close to be innocent. My stomach twisted. She wasn't trying to drug me to hurt me, not physically. She just didn't want me to be fully aware, fully present tonight. She wanted me knocked out of the picture. So I made a decision that felt both cold and strangely calm. I swapped the drink. Her glass sat on the table. Half full, untouched. Same color. Same smell. I poured mine into hers and took hers as mine. I walked back into the party holding her poison glass like a loaded confession. The moment everything broke. For the next hour I watched her. Every move. Every whisper. Every exchange with Ryan. She kept glancing at me to check if the effect had started. I pretended to feel nothing. I leaned against the wall, sipping my safe drink, waiting. Then she finally approached me. "You okay?" she asked, putting her hand lightly on my arm. Her tone was sweet, fake sweet, the kind she used when she wanted to hide something. I handed her the glass. "Yeah," I said. "Just thirsty." She took it without thinking. She drank it. And the second she swallowed, her eyes flickered with horror. Too fast for anyone else to notice, but not too fast for me. That was when Ryan approached, putting a hand on her lower back, casually. But she wasn't casual anymore. Her face went pale. Her breathing changed. "What's wrong?" he asked, clueless. She shook her head. I need a minute." But she didn't get one. Not from me. Not from the truth. The party turned silent. And she finally spoke the truth. 20 minutes later, she was sitting on the couch, head in her hands, dizzy and trying to focus. The room spun for her the same way my life had been spinning for months. That's when I decided the moment had come. I turned off the music. Everyone looked at me. But my eyes were locked on her. "Do you want to tell them?" I asked quietly. "Or should I?" Her breath hitched. "Tell them what?" "That the drink you're holding wasn't meant for you." Ryan stepped forward. "Bro, what are you talking of?" "She tried to drug me," I said, eyes still on her. "And I need to know why. Right now. In front of everyone." The room froze. Her hands trembled. Her eyes filled instantly, not with sadness but with fear. I wanted you to sleep early," she whispered. "I didn't want you to stay at the party. I didn't want you around." "Why?" I asked. She gulped, looked down, and then she whispered the truth that shredded me. Because I was going to leave with him. The whole room gasped. Ryan took a small step back like he hadn't expected her to admit it. She wasn't just cheating. She was planning to drive off with him tonight, behind my back, while drugging me so I wouldn't interrupt her escape. My chest hurt so sharply I thought something inside me cracked. But at the same time, I felt something release, like a weight sliding off my shoulders, finally revealing the truth beneath it. Revenge came naturally, not violently. I didn't yell. I didn't curse. I didn't throw anything. I just pulled my wedding ring off and set it gently on the table. You got what you wanted, I said. You're free now. Her face crumpled. Not because she loved me, no. But because she hadn't planned for the consequences to arrive so quickly or so publicly. I didn't mean for it to get this far, she whispered. You meant enough, I said. I turned to leave. But just before I stepped out the door I added, by the way, the drink worked. But not the one you gave me. The one you drank. I left her in front of everyone. Dizzy, ashamed, exposed. And that was all the revenge I needed. I didn't hurt her. She hurt herself. Ending. Peace after the storm. I drove home alone that night. And for the first time in months the silence didn't feel heavy. It felt clean. Like someone had opened a window in a suffocating room. I knew the divorce would be messy. I knew people would take sides. I knew I would cry later, or maybe even regret pieces of how I handled it. But what I didn't feel anymore was confusion. The truth had set me free in the most painful, necessary way. And sometimes that's the only closure you get. And the only one you need.